Hi guys, and welcome back to Hit the Green Team, the E&O gauge. Well, today's little job, what should we do today? Well, we've got the Crompton that drives around, the shunters that drive around, and the 60 that drives around, and I want something different. So today we're going to play with this. But first off, we've got to fit this. This took weeks to get here, 2 weeks setting customs being the biggest issue, but it arrived eventually. And then I had to go to work, so I couldn't fit it. But anyway, this is the ESU version 5 sound chip. It's loaded with CoastalDCC digital sound for the Class 50. There will be a link to his website in the description below. But we're going to fit this to this, and then we're going to have a play. I'm not sure yet where all the light connects up onto the chip, because we've got headlights, marker lights, tail lights, cab lights. I won't be doing the fan, I hate the fans, so the fan will be disconnected, and I won't bother with that. It just makes a noise and doesn't really serve any purpose. So I'll see you on the bench and we'll get this fitted. Okie dokie, here we are on the bench. So body shell held in with 4 screws, and you have to disconnect the ETH jumpers off the front. Unfortunately, one broke. They supply 2 spares in the package with the loco, and also this part fell off. Not sure what it's off, but it's come off the bottom whilst handling it upside down. So just be careful where you hold it. So from there it's quite simple. The 4 normal body screws, the body lifts off, and we have connected the fan and a circuit board that the fan plugs into, which then plugs into the main board. I shan't be using that, so that doesn't matter. That wire can just hang around in the back. So you have then the printed circuit board from the factory, DCC friendly supposedly, a mass of wires and a load of screw terminals. It's not plug and play. The circuit board is mounted onto this little bracket here, which screws into the legs. Now the nice thing about this bracket is that way up, is this board screws through here and into the mounting legs here, and this keeps the wires nice and tidy underneath, and also is the correct distance apart for mounting the new board. So what I'm going to do is turn this upside down so that the screw head, this was the top, so we're now going to put it in this way up. Use the mounting screws from this chip to secure these in place, and I'll have to find some self-tapping screws that will screw into this plastic bracket, which makes it nice and simple and tidy. So I've got my camera on my phone, and I have taken a photograph of where these wires go, because we're going to be disconnecting. You know, you've got front LEDs, rear LEDs, key, W, key R, common. We've got common at this end. I'm assuming they're the same. There's the screw. I knew there was one in there somewhere. So I've already got a wire that's loose. So anyway, I'll get these wires disconnected and moved out of the way. this hand they've given me 2 screws. So you can just lay this back here, keep all the wires neat and tidy. And we'll and if I've got the little grey panels in the right way around, the holes line up, which they will, so we can use screws here. And then we have the chip, at least, is secured into the loco. Okay, so we have these grey and salmony pink colours. They are the pickups. Sorry, no, they are the motor wires from this end, and the black and red are the pickups from this end. And they need to be paired up with the motor wires from this end, which come from this end, and the track pickups which come from this end. So they've both been looped through and up onto the original board. Now our track and motor pickups are all in this corner on this circuit board. So the 2 wires, the salmon and the grey, and the black and the red, need to be drawn back through. So we'll do that first, the black and the grey and the pink and the red. So we'll draw those 4 back through, leaving the others all behind. So we've got plenty of wire here on this loco, which is good, because normally you're tight and stretching. So that is an improvement on previous models. So all the white wires are common, and we'll sort that out, so there's no problem. We'll loop all those together later. And we can now work out which pair of these are the track and which are these are the track ones, so we'll do those first. Track and track. Track left and track right. So the track right on this end is black and the track right on this end is red, so we have to link this red and this black onto the track right screw. So I'll get my side cutters Actually, no, I'm going to keep the wires full length because who knows what's going to happen in the future, and we can feed them back underneath. So one black, one red into the track right terminal screw. And that is the second one now, so we'll just make sure that's fully open. And feed. Well, I'm going to strip them back slightly further, just slightly. Because they're quite tight and short. And that allows me to twist the pair together. Hopefully, and they'll go into the terminal holder easier together. So two wires are now paired. Second hole down, all the way in. So they're in, so it's that, so it's now the black from this end. Sorry, no, the red from this end, which is the left. With the black wire from this end, which is this one. Again, I'm just going to strip another millimetre or so of the insulation of both of those. So that we can twist them together. This one, the first terminal, do it back up again. So that is the track connected. So now we have the motor terminals on this end. Motor terminal, and these two are the motor wires from this end. So we have a black and a pink, black and a pink. Those in the motor negative. Actually, we've got two motor negative terminals, so that's handy. So we'll just do one in each. That one and this one. And that leaves us, should leave us with two larger wires, which is the red from that end, and there should be a grey from this end. And these are the motor plus. Now there's only one motor plus touch, plenty of slack, twist these two together. I'll put those in the motor plus 2. So track left, track right, motor plus, motor minus. And what we are left with now is the lights. So what we can do first, before we go any further, is we can put this on the track and ensure that it drives and moves around. So we'll do that before we look at any of the auxiliaries. We'll do the motor side of it first and then the lights. Well, I don't know what I've been videoing, I'll have to check later, but the video camera was running. But I'm going to just drop off the fuel tank here to see what we have in the way of space for mounting the speaker in here. I found out where that bit of plastic comes from, it's the other side of the fuel tank, so I shall have a look at that in a minute and refit it. Okay. Well, the speaker does fit in there quite nicely, although I will have to try and plug up the holes a bit because there's quite a big hole in the top. I'll just lift this upside down. And you can see there's a hole there for the wires to go through, and there's actually a mounting clamp for securing the speaker. So I'm going to just take these wires are just temporary, so I might as well just remove those because I just tested that the sound does work, and it does, but the volume isn't that great. So we'll take off the 2 screws here. We'll use for holding the speaker in. I don't think they'll hold this speaker in, but we can see what it does. I'm going to get 2 thin wires and solder them onto this speaker, feed them through. And that will fit in there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Soldering iron, and I'll solder these wires on and I'll come back. So that was the first part. So the next part will be wiring up the lights and having a play. See you for the next one.